if you're looking at viewport width, basically, you'll start expanding the browser. And there is a certain point where things will start breaking, and they'll look very bad. And that's a point where you should put a breakpoint. At least sometimes it's for the whole page. Sometimes it's for certain components, or even just certain things that you'll say, OK, at this point, we want to change something because it's not working anymore. So this is my attempt to kind of map out how I'm going to make these changes from, in this case, from smaller screen devices to larger screen devices. And I can imagine that you could make breakpoint graphs for other types of things, like device APIs and device capabilities, and make some kind of a graph of that. So this is just a way to keep track of it so that we kind of document what we're doing and we're able to explain it to other people. When you design, you don't have to jump right into HTML, which is what I'm advocating here. You can sketch. You're a designer. You're allowed to get a pen and paper and just sketch things out before you make them. But I am advocating jumping into HTML instead of jumping into Photoshop, which for a lot of designers is going to be a big step. It's not that scary. HTML is not hard. CSS is quirky, but not hard. And the world will open up to you. If you're a visual designer and you've done any print work, then you know that you have to think about type of paper and what kind of ink and dot gain and undercolor removal and lots of crazy stuff. You have to know what your design is going to end up in when it goes to the printer. It doesn't mean you have to be able to print. So you don't have to be a developer, but you do have to know a little bit more about what's possible and what's not. And why not? We have this opportunity, which we couldn't do. I could not just print out, when I did print design, I couldn't just print an advertisement in a magazine. I could print it on a printer, but I couldn't print a brochure or a book. I couldn't just make the book to see what it looked like. But we're in this position where we have this technology where we can publish instantly. It's the perfect opportunity for designers to be able to just put something in and get something out exactly the way it'll look. Just see the exact page, what it'll look like. So the problem is that we're used to delivering Photoshop documents. This is what, how many of you get Photoshop documents from a designer? Because a lot of